graduation. Order. All right, turn. Mark. All uniform personnel, ready.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class 1168. My name is Ryan Ellis. I'm a training operations supervisor here at the Academy, and I'll be the master of ceremony for today's graduation. At this time, I would like to introduce the on-stage ceremony party. Starting on my far right, Jesse Munoz, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent, Special Operations Group, El Paso, Texas. In the center, Daniel Parra, Acting Chief Patrol Agent, U.S. Border Patrol Academy. And to his immediate left, Robert Smoot, Program Specialist, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Next, I would like to recognize the staff members of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy that were instrumental in the success of this session. Some of these staff members could not be present today because they are busy instructing other sessions. Would the staff members please stand when I call your name and remain standing? From the Operations Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Richard Dadd and Joshua Barrios. Border Patrol Agents Eric Cruz and Operations Officer Donald Watt. From the Spanish Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Gerardo Martinez, and Border Patrol Agents Hernan Lopez and Joe Soto. From the Physical Techniques Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Gallagher Stonehill Cummings, and Border Patrol Agent Adam Diaz. From the Firearms Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Robert Respondek and Eric Jimenez, Border Patrol Agents Adam Michaud and Venancio Cruz. From the Drivers Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Jorge Nunez and Mario Cardenas. From the Tactics Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Cody Graham and Border Patrol Agent Andrew Rios. Training Technician Dana Hernandez-Ware. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Class 1168. Thank you. Please be seated. The U.S. Border Patrol Academy allows family members or influential persons who are current sworn officers the honor of presenting the Border Patrol badge to their graduating relative or mentee. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Maricela Quinones, 17 years of service. Retired Assistant Special Agent in Charge and former Border Patrol Agent Jose Fuentes, 20 years of service. And finally, Patrol Agent in Charge Henry Leo, 29 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the guests of 1168 a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Each graduating class selects one of its members to address the audience during the graduation ceremony. Class 1168 has selected Border Patrol Agent David Rodriguez. At this time, I would like to ask Agent Rodriguez to come forward and address the audience.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, and loved ones, and welcome to the Class 1168 graduation ceremony. On April 19th, 2021, Class 1168 arrived at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Facility here in Artesia, New Mexico. We came from many different parts of the country with many different backgrounds, personalities, and experiences, but all with the same unified goal: to become members of the best law enforcement agency on the planet. Just like the many classes before us, we struggled to work together to achieve our objectives. With the resilience and relentless effort, we were able to become one and work as a team. We learned the importance of leadership. We learned that although there was only one section leader for each section, we individually had a leadership responsibility to fulfill. In order for us to work successfully as a team, we needed to be held accountable for our decisions and our actions. We learned that success of our leadership was defined by the influence that we had upon each other. Each one of us had our good days, and each one of us had our bad. But because of our leadership ability, we were able to influence each other to stand up, stand strong, and push forward. Some of us learned how to become good leaders, while others learned how to become good followers and teammates. But most importantly, underneath the umbrella of the various roles that we chose to learn, we learned what it meant to do our job and contribute to the team. We learned to set aside our own individual wants and desires for the benefit of something greater than ourselves. And we learned to do it through one guiding principle: honor first. Honor first is the guiding principle that drives the United States Border Patrol to be the best law enforcement agency in the world. At the beginning of this academy, we were told to think about what honor first meant to us. We all had our own meaning, and we all discovered that even though each of us had our own individual meaning, it was driven through the same core definition. And that core definition is simply put as selfless service with a purpose for reasons that are greater than ourselves. So as Class 1168 ventures off into our respective duty stations, we will carry with us these guiding principles. We will inevitably encounter situations that will test us mentally, physically, and emotionally. There will be a constant, unforeseen amount of circumstances and obstacles that will come with this duty. But with those circumstances and obstacles, there will never be a doubt in our minds of what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to do it. So with that being said, I'd like to take time to thank all the Flexi staff in each department for the time and effort they dedicated to molding us into being the agents that we are here today. Thank you to SBPA Dad and Operations Officer Watt and the Operations Department for tending to our necessities throughout the time here at the Academy. Thank you to SBPA Cardenas and SBPA Nunez and the Driving Department for sharing your extensive knowledge and experience on operating vehicles under stress. Thank you to SBPA Martinez and BPA Lopez for ensuring that we are equipped with the language skills in order to do our job. Thank you to Border Patrol Agent Rios and the Tactics Department for teaching us the importance of teamwork and communication in the field. Thank you to SBPA Respondec, SBPA Jimenez, and BPA Mashad for the development of our premier firearms skill set. Thank you to the Law Department for your excellent instruction that is essential in performing our law enforcement duties. And a special thank you to Border Patrol Agent Mazerat for always being there when we needed it, for setting the high expectations and going above and beyond in your duties as an instructor. You are an inspiration to us all. And last but definitely not least, a very special thank you to SBPA Cummings and BPA Diaz at the Physical Techniques Department for the inspirational words, tough lessons, and gut-wrenching workouts that molded us into the resilient men and women we are today. Things never got easier, we just got stronger. Thank you for never giving up on us. And to our family, friends, and loved ones, from the deepest parts of our hearts, we'd like to say thank you for sticking with us. Without your unwavering support, none of this would be possible. So when the days grow long and the times grow hard, please remember that we love you. And to those whom we swore to protect, rest assured that Class 1168, day or night, will win the fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Agent Rodriguez. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Acting Chief Patrol Agent Daniel Parra. But before I invite Acting Chief Parra to the lectern, I would like to tell you a little bit about him. Daniel I. Parra is the Acting Chief Patrol Agent of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy. He is the Division Chief of the Law Enforcement Operational Programs for the U.S. Border Patrol's Tucson sector. Acting Chief Parra began his career with U.S. Border Patrol on July 28, 2002. He was assigned to the El Centro Station and attended the 520th session of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy in Charleston, South Carolina. Across the span of his career with the Border Patrol, Acting Chief Parra has served in a variety of positions ranging in scope and complexity. These assignments include Supervisory Border Patrol Agent and Field Operations Supervisor at the Indio Station, Executive Officer of Operations for the El Centro Sector, Assistant Chief at U.S. Border Patrol Headquarters, Deputy Patrol Agent in charge of operations at the Ajo Station in Tucson Sector, and Patrol Agent in charge of the Blythe Station in Yuma Sector, where he served until his selection as Division Chief over Tucson Sector. Acting Chief Parra has served in various liaison assignments to include overseas deployments to Kenya in support of the Presidential Security Governance Initiative, and as a staff member to the Assistant Commissioner of the Office of Professional Responsibility. Acting Chief Parra promoted to his current position in October 2019 and oversees multiple law enforcement operational programs in Tucson Sector, the largest and one of the busiest sectors in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Acting Chief Daniel Parra.
So good morning, everybody. First and foremost, I want to welcome our guests, welcome the cadre, and welcome those that are joining us virtually. So thank you for being here. So I know most of you guys are wearing masks, but I can see those smiles behind them. So it's a great pleasure to be here with you guys today. So that being said, I stand before you today as a very humbled individual. I see all you, and I know the effort you have put forth to be here, the sweat, the exhaustion, the sacrifices you and your loved ones have made and will continue to make by your choice to become a United States Border Patrol agent. While I take tremendous pride in my career as an agent and in my present role as the acting chief of the academy, seeing each of you today reminds me of when I once sat in your seat for graduation. It reminds me of day one of the academy and all I have learned from that pivotal moment moving forward. It reminds me of how proud I was to succeed in those challenges and to have earned my patch alongside my peers. At the time, I don't know that I just realized what an accomplishment this truly was. I believe it is something that I've come to understand only by looking at my time here, and currently by looking back at my time with you, reflecting on your many impressive accomplishments over these last few months. Your courage to serve our great nation and your tenacity to successfully endure the most rigorous and challenging basic academy in law enforcement is unparalleled. It is inspiring. It is why you are the future of the Border Patrol and why we, as an agency, will continue to be the finest law enforcement agency in the world. As a Border Patrol agent, you bear an incredible responsibility. By protecting our borders, you are entrusted with protecting this nation and its sovereignty. This is an overwhelming honor, and you should never underestimate your importance as a defender of our national security. This privilege, however, is contingent upon the public's trust. This should also never be underestimated. When we speak of our guiding principle, honor first, understand it is a keystone to who we are as agents. As you know, those two words are not meant to be simply be recited. They are meant to be worn like a badge, defining our every action and reminding those outside of our agency who we are and what we stand for. That they can always trust us to do our jobs and to do them with integrity and professionalism. If there was ever any question of this truth, remember those agents, inspectors, and mountain guards who have laid down their lives in service to this nation. The power of their legacy and ultimate sacrifice rests within you. It is dependent upon your careers and upon how you choose to carry yourselves. Each day you don your uniform, you take another step toward honoring their lives and their undying commitment to our country. You ensure they are not forgotten, and your strength of courage, vigilance, and honor they help define. As you go forth to your stations and embark on your careers, you will find moments when cutting corners may seem like the right thing to do. Although none of us are perfect, you will never fail in your job as a U.S. Border Patrol agent if you live with our traditions and values at the forefront of all you do. We strive here at the Academy to be the best representatives of the Border Patrol. We strive to ensure the public knows who we are and understands our story. Above all else, I challenge you to carry this aspect of our mission forward. You are the best face of the Border Patrol. You have learned, you have trained, you have endured. You have earned your right to be amongst our fabled ranks and to uphold all that our country, its citizens, and this agency holds dear. I can tell you from experience that you still have a lot to learn in your careers, but the fact that you're sitting here, graduating from the U.S. Border Patrol Academy, means you are well prepared to do so. Your foundation is built on a century's worth of innovation, tradition, and time-tested honor-first code of ethics. I see you today wearing your uniforms with respect and pride, and this tells me you understand the awesome responsibility you have been entrusted with as defenders of our borders and our great nation. I congratulate you on this difficult, momentous achievement. I congratulate you on your completion of the United States Border Patrol Academy. Welcome to our family. Thank you, and Godspeed.
It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Jesse Munoz of the Special Operations Group in El Paso, Texas. But before I do, I'd like to tell you a little bit about him. Jesse Munoz is the Deputy Chief Patrol Agent of the Special Operations Group out of El Paso, Texas. SOG is responsible for oversight of the Border Patrol Tactical Unit, better known as BORTAC, the Border Patrol Search, Trauma, and Rescue Unit, BORSTAR, the SOG Intelligence Unit, and the Border Patrol Mobile Response Team. Deputy Chief Munoz entered on duty with the Border Patrol on August 21st, 2000, as a member of the 448th session of the Academy. His first duty station was Laredo Sector, Laredo North Station, and he graduated with Class 7 of Borstar in 2004. Deputy Chief Munoz was promoted to Supervisory Border Patrol Agent in May of 2006 at the Ajo Station in Tucson Sector. In 2007, he was selected as a Field Operations Supervisor with the Borstar National Team out of the SOG headquarters in El Paso, Texas. In June 2010, he was selected as an Assistant Chief at Border Patrol Headquarters in the Joint Operations Directorate in Washington, D.C., where he served until October of 2011. Then, Deputy Chief Munoz returned to SOG as a Field Operations Supervisor. Since his return to SOG, he has also served as the CBP Advisor in Belize for a 6-month tour. Deputy Chief Munoz served for 8 years in the U.S. Army as a combat medic and a vocational nurse. He deployed to Iraq in '91 for Operation Desert Storm as a combat medic with the 3rd Infantry. He has significant experience in foreign deployments with SOG Borstar in Mexico, Kenya, Belize, Honduras, and Panama. Deputy Chief Munoz has served in command and leadership roles throughout numerous domestic missions to secure the border and address high-risk threat areas within the U.S., as well as deploying to several national emergency events during his tenure as a member of Borstar and SOG. Deputy Chief Munoz has a master's degree in strategic studies from the Army War College and a bachelor's degree in history from American Military University. Ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Chief Jesse Munoz.
I always get nervous as I get older hearing my bio. It starts to sound like an obituary. But thank you, sir. And I'd like to thank Acting Chief Parra, who gave me permission to speak for 3 hours today, so you guys have that to look forward to. I'd like to take a minute to thank the staff, everybody sitting up there that works for the Border Patrol Academy. I don't think you guys hear it enough, but everybody in the Border Patrol really appreciates what you do here at the Border Patrol Academy. We say it all the time, and it's not just empty words. We simply have the best law enforcement academy in the world. You know, my current duties at Special Operations Group, I get to travel all over the world. People always want to show me their law enforcement academy, and I go and I see it, and I'm like, great job. But in my mind, I'm always thinking, you have nothing on the U.S. Border Patrol Academy, and it's because these men and women in the back of the room. Now, I hope you, those of you that are graduating today, realize why our academy is so tough. It's because of the job. Everything they taught you was to keep you alive and to keep you safe. Everything from firearms, physical fitness, Spanish, driving. It was all to keep you safe on the job. We don't do things just to be mean, like pepper spray you and tase you, just because it's funny. That's just a bonus to their job, right? But it's to keep you alive. But again, hands down, this is the best law enforcement academy in the world. I also want to welcome everybody watching on the screen there. I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know how they do this, if it's through MySpace or they're recording on a VCR and they send out a Betamax tape. I'm not sure how that works. But it's important to remember the family members that have made their sacrifices as well. A lot of you are married, your husband, wives. You had to leave those loved ones to come here, and their support is what helped you graduate and get today. And so those of you that are loved ones of our graduates today, thank you for your support, and I will tell you they're going to need your continued support throughout their career. So, you know, as I was preparing about what I wanted to say today, and, you know, all these things came through my mind, what I wanted to talk about, I thought back to 2000 in Charleston, South Carolina, and to be honest, I don't remember who our guest speaker was. I know he's an old guy. I know he's in the Border Patrol. But he did say something that stuck with me my entire career, and I think that's the sign of a great speech. If you could say something that resonates with somebody 21 years later. And so I can't think of anything in my own, so I'm just going to use what he told us. And basically, he made the point, you guys are going to go out to the field and you're going to interdict people. People that know nothing about the United States of America, know nothing about our country and how great it is. They've heard, they might have seen things on TV, heard from family members, but they really don't know what America's all about. You guys are going to be the first representatives of America that they come in contact with. So what I want you to think about is, how do you want to represent the greatest country in the history of civilization? And that's what the United States of America is. I hope you want to do it with professionalism. At times, You're going to have to represent our country with compassion. That's part of the job. And if somebody challenges you, I hope you show them that a person in a green uniform that's a trained Border Patrol agent is not somebody that you want to mess with. I'm sure that you guys can do that now. You're young, you're right out of the Border Patrol Academy, but I think the biggest danger for Border Patrol agents is complacency. So, like we talked about earlier today, you know, when you guys go out and make arrests now, you're going to do a textbook right out of the academy. Can you do that in 5 years? Can you do that in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? You're going to arrest thousands and thousands of people and nothing's going to happen. But I want you to be prepared for that one day when somebody challenges you. And never forget through your entire career that you're representing America. One thing that I didn't want to do when I talked today was talk about my career. You heard my bio, and it sounded a lot better than I actually am. It sounded like my mother wrote it or something. But I want to talk about the great career that Class 1168 is going to have. Now, without having a crystal ball, I know you guys are going to do amazing things. I know 1, 2, or several of you are going to save someone's lives. People in this class are going to put their lives in danger to save the lives of other people. Some of those people that you save might be children. Some of the people in this class are going to give your own lunch and water to someone in need. And I'll tell you, I didn't believe that when I heard that when I joined the Border Patrol, that everybody gives their lunch away. I was like, I'm not giving my lunch away. And then you do it because you're human and you have compassion. People in this class, part of 1168, are going to interdict dangerous narcotics. And I'm not talking about marijuana and cocaine. I'm talking about meth and fentanyl. And because you interdict these dangerous narcotics, they're not going to find their way onto the streets of America, and even worse, into the hands of young children. I know you guys are going to do these things because Border Patrol agents do it every day, and we get no credit. You don't see it in the media. But I also know if one person in Class 1168 does one thing that shows low character or dishonesty or discredits the badge or the patch, that will get unlimited media. You see, we don't get credit for the great things that we do. We almost have to be perfect. No other law enforcement agency in the world that's charged with protecting their nation's border puts as much time, effort, money, and resources into saving the lives of people that cross their borders illegally. I'm fortunate in my job, like I said, travel all over the world. I've seen the Syrian-Iraqi border, the Syrian-Jordanian border, borders in Africa and Central America, and I've never seen another law enforcement agency that has the compassion that we do, that puts millions of dollars into training people and equipping them to save people that cross our borders illegally. Now, I think it's kind of human nature when somebody comes up and talks to the younger generation that they always want to come from a point of, what was harder when I came through? Or you guys aren't as good as we were when I started in the Border Patrol. I don't think that at all. I think you guys are entering a completely different Border Patrol. We expect you guys to be more intelligent, more tech savvy. When I joined the Border Patrol in 2000, I got to my station, there was something new called Enforce. People still had forms on floppy disk. So I challenge you guys to go to find a Border Patrol computer that still takes floppy disk. Or maybe go ask your supervisor to check out a typewriter so you can process someone. So expect you guys to be more tech savvy. The Border Patrol is more politically polarizing than it's ever been. There's cameras everywhere. In 2000, when I joined, I had a pager. I didn't have anything to take pictures. You're always operating in a fishbowl. The job is constantly changing. You know, I was very fortunate to meet my wife's grandfather before he passed. He was a Border Patrol agent in the 1950s and 1960s in what was Marfa sector, is now Big Bend sector. And what I got from him is, you know, when he was in his 80s and at the end of his life, he still loved the Border Patrol. All he wanted to do was talk to me about Border Patrol stories. And we would exchange stories. We worked in some of the same areas of operation in Arizona. And he just loved to hear about the new generation, what was happening with the Border Patrol. And what I realized is, it doesn't matter what generation you're from, you guys are all Border Patrol agents. You earned that today to be called a PA, a patrol agent. So in closing, there's two things that I ask you to do. One is take care of yourself, and there's a lot to that. That's take care of yourself spiritually, physically, psychologically. And then the next thing I want you to do is take care of each other. There's no stronger bond than classmates. These guys are going to be your brothers and sisters for the rest of your career. So I ask you to check on each other, make sure you're doing all right. You're going to have some good days, you're going to have some bad days, but make sure you're always there for each other. So lastly, I'm very proud of you. You earned your badge today, but please go out there and make sure you're earning it every single day, because that's what's required for the job. Thank you, God bless you, and honor first.
Thank you, Acting Chief Parra and Deputy Chief Munoz, for those inspiring and encouraging words. Now we will move on to the presentation of awards.
I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm a steamroller, baby. Just rolling down the line. Just rolling down the line. I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm a steamroller, baby. Just rolling down the line. Just rolling down the line. So you better get out of my way now. So you better get out of my way now. Before we run all over you. Before we run all over you.
At this time, we would like to recognize the section leaders of Class 1168 with the Border Patrol Academy Award for Leadership. Border Patrol Agents Bradley Green and Isaac Trujillo, please come forward. The section leader position carries with it a tremendous amount of additional responsibility, aside from the same strict training regimen as the rest of the class. The Leadership Award commends the section leaders for their devotion to duty, leadership, demeanor, and professional attitude. Thank you, Agents Green and Trujillo. Next, we would like to recognize the graduate with the highest academic achievement. Border Patrol Agent Joseph Montoya, please come forward. This award for academic excellence signifies that the graduate ranks #1 amongst his peers in operations, Spanish, and law. His performance makes him highly deserving of the honor bestowed by this award. Thank you, Agent Montoya. The Firearms Training Award is awarded to the graduate with the highest score in firearms training. Border Patrol Agent Richard Rivera Jr., please come forward. This award signifies that the graduate has earned the distinction of achieving the highest firearms qualification score while demonstrating distinction in the efficiency of his service weapon. Thank you, Agent Rivera. The Driver Training Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the driver training program. Border Patrol Agent Scott McQuarrie, please come forward. Today's recipient far exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations of a novice driver. His performance exemplifies the high level of attention to detail required to safely operate a motor vehicle during stressful situations. Thank you, Agent McQuarrie. The Physical Techniques Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the Physical Techniques program. Border Patrol Agent Stefan Yaskowiak, please come forward. Due to the physical demands of the position, Border Patrol agents are expected to be in good physical condition. Today's recipient has exceeded those requirements, and his achievement sets an example for others to follow. Thank you, Agent Yaskowiak. The Honor First Award is presented on behalf of the staff of the Border Patrol Academy. Border Border Patrol Agent Michael Mixon please come forward. This award is given to the individual who embodies the guiding principles of honor and who has demonstrated through his actions a level of integrity and commitment that exemplifies the values of a Border Patrol agent. Thank you, Agent Mixon. Our final award is the FLETC Directors Award. The Border Patrol Academy is a joint effort between the United States Border Patrol and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Working together, these two agencies provide the highest level of training available to law enforcement agents. Border Patrol Agent Guillermo Mesa Garcia, please come forward. Agent Mesa Garcia was nominated for this award by his classmates, and the award is being presented by Mr. Robert Smoot, Program Specialist with the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Thank you, Agent Mesa Garcia. Please join me in giving the award recipients a round of applause. The graduating class will now be presented with their badge and credentials, signifying that they have met the required qualifications needed to become a Border Patrol agent. I will now turn the podium over to Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Richard Dadd.
Good morning. My name is Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Richard Dadd, and I've had the distinct privilege and honor of being the lead operations instructor for Class 1168. Graduates, please step forward as I read your name to receive your badge and credentials. Border Patrol Agent Anthony Brooks. Border Patrol Agent Maria G. Campos. Border Patrol Agent Emir E. Chapa. Border Patrol Agent Israel Chavez. Joining Agent Chavez on stage is his aunt, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Maricela Quinones, with 17 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Gerard Campagnoni. Border Patrol Agent Aaron A. Diaz. Border Patrol Agent Justin Downing. Border Patrol Agent Austin J. Fuentes. Joining Agent Fuentes on stage is his father, retired Assistant Special Agent in Charge and former Border Patrol Agent Jose L. Fuentes, with 20 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Christopher S. Garcia. Border Patrol Agent Sergio Gonzalez. Border Patrol Agent Patrick J. Grant. Border Patrol Agent Bradley N. Green. Border Patrol Agent Eric Fernandez. Border Patrol Agent Ezekiel Hernandez. Border Patrol Agent Scott T. McQuarrie. Border Patrol Agent Guillermo Meza Garcia. Border Patrol Agent Michael K. Mixon. Border Patrol Agent Joseph G. Montoya. Border Patrol Agent Valdemar Ozuna. Border Patrol Agent Enoch W. Perez Almolivar. Border Patrol Agent Firmino Rangel III. Border Patrol Agent Richard Rivera Jr. Border Patrol Agent David J. Rodriguez. Joining Agent Rodriguez on stage is his uncle, Patrol Agent in Charge, Henry Leo, 29 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Eduardo Cifuentes II. Border Patrol Agent Christopher M. Silva. Border Patrol Agent Juan C. Trevino. Border Patrol Agent Isaac H. Trulier. Border Patrol Agent Jeremy A. Valeri. Border Patrol Agent Jonathan Vela. Border Patrol Agent Stefan J. Jaskowiak. Border Patrol Agent Giancarlo Zayas. Border Patrol Agent Irvin A. Zubiaco.
At this time, I'd like to invite Deputy Chief Munoz back to the lectern to administer the oath of office. Graduates, please prepare for the oath of office.
Class, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Anthony Brooks.
Maria G. Campos.
Emir Chapa.
Israel Chavez!
George Capignani. Ernest Diaz.
Justin David!
Austin J. Fuentes.
Christopher S. Garcia!
Sergio Gonzalez.
Patrick Grant!
Brandon Green.
Eric Hernandez!
Ezequiel Hernandez.
Scott McQuarrie! Guillermo Mesa! Michael Nixon! Joseph G. Montoya! Valdemar Osuna!
Enoch Perez.
Emilio Rangel! Richard Rivera Jr.
David J. Rodriguez. Eduardo Cifuentes.
Christopher M. Silva! Juan C. Trevino!
Isaac Julier.
Jeremy Blair! Jonathan Vela! Stephanie Scoviak! Giancarlo Salas!
Erlen Subiate.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
In closing, I want to thank all the family, friends, and visitors for joining in the celebration of this session's achievement.